Well, it's about time. I mean, it's been a very long time. It's been over a year of watching everybody move and think and fight and then throw a little girl's name to and fro. But what finally got me to come onto these YouTube streets before my OBS is looking perfect and whatnot is nothing to really do with me. Nothing. I'm not here to talk about makeup or how hurt I was when Cher took my wrench. I'm not here for any of that. I'm here because I have a perspective in the topic that I that has moved me to this recording. And it's because this was someone that I'm going to talk about that I didn't really know and didn't really care for from what I had seen. Okay. Like, um, when you have people you prefer or friend on here, you tend to, hey, if you go after them, you're going to be like, what? And you're going to not like them either, or whatever. Now, if they go even further and do some dirty shit, then it's gonna be worse. And I've always been very talented, whereas slaughtering somebody with words. So, you know, like the female Benny Keys. I probably care less. But that's why when I do care about you, it's so important because I really could give a damn. But what's right and is right, and what's wrong is wrong, and that's how I go. That's how I spend my life going. And even though not 2 weeks prior to this fiasco, I was calling the main character of what we're going to be talking about, I was calling her less than a lady, okay? Because of how she came at my friend Mallory. And, you know, it's real easy to go and attack somebody's sexuality or whatever, race, gender. That's all real easy to do, you know. And at the end of the day, I thought really the way she went about doing it was disgusting. And that is what provoked me to leave a comment. I'm not a big comment leaver. It's not really my thing. Like for real, I probably should have been on here ages ago talking about Angel Talks too fast. But we'll get to that at a later date and time. And then maybe share and everybody will understand how terribly hurt I was when everybody decided, hey, let's be friends with her. And meanwhile, you know, screw Miss Quinzel that's been there and loyal as hell. But I digress. So, all in all, I looked back, like I said, now 2 weeks ago, and this lady is now being attacked. It started, and I was there when it started, and I was ready. Her so called good friend, and I'm sure we all know the characters here, but her good friend, I guess she thought, created a video and posted it saying that she was a beggar, that she had taken was seeking many people's monies. I believe probably a lot of people that were either Tiffany's, and we're talking about Tiffany. I think that a lot of them were mutual people, you know, and I think that's partly where the anger or problem came in because, you know, you might feel like, oh, those are my friends, and like you're doing this and you're not even telling me. That's the only thing that you got. That's the only thing. And how small of a deal is that? It's not, you know what I mean? It's not a big deal. If you're new here, you might be like, yeah, that's fucked up. But the thing is, I've sat here and I've watched over and over in different ways that people gain monetary, you know, gain. Whether it's by one of the many platforms, we got Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, all that shit. Then there's just if you're monetized, getting super chats, super stickers. Um, so you know it's a lot, and then you can have GoFundmes as well. When I came on these streets, summer wells had just gone missing. Like when I really became active, and um, it was there. That's when I just fell in love with Chasing Truth. I've turned so many people onto her too. Like I loved her. And from that moment on, I don't watch anything else but YouTube. I watch everybody, not everybody, but like I watch the things they do. When I first came here, I mean, Cher was one of the most important people to me. And Cher was what had a GoFundMe for her dentures, which I so very much supported and helped. Like I've seen people do all kinds of different things for, you know what I mean, different things, trips, whatever. It's not like I mean Mallory literally, and will make no bones about it. Like if you're there to see her, you better be getting up off the coin. Period. Now there's people that want to allude that monies are for other things, and then they got furniture. I don't know, but uh, but yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this. I don't get it. And whatever wrong, I mean, come on, your so-called good friend who's gone to bat for you. Another thing I witnessed when the whole milk thing popped off, Laura Mallory. Guess who was also there? Boom and boom. Instead of being there for Mallory, the right person in that situation, who she back up? Tiffany. So, and then when is the just basic shit that you know in life? Manners, you know, when you sneeze, you bless you. What is, like, I don't care. Guess what? She's my elder, and I will treat her as such, meaning I will not disrespect her. And even when I did leave a comment, it was not disrespecting her, it was telling her that the language in which she used was beneath her. And really, By doing that, it made her look like she was insecure. So that wasn't disrespect, though, you know? Oh, I gotta do, okay. Not disrespect. And I just won't, okay? Um, and anyways, so I see that the video being put up, because it was called like Beware something or another. And I laid there and wait for Bombshell to see this and to go live. And and finally I see it. And I was like, ooh. And because even I, somebody who had never said a nice thing to her, um, I didn't want her to be, by herself reading this stupid fucking shit. And and it was just a bit much, okay? Like, but it wasn't over. And no, it wasn't over because at first Bombshell didn't realize it. She didn't realize, but everybody was like, "Oh my god!" and da 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 about Tiffany's video. So she was like, she was so clueless, poor thing. She was like, "Huh? Oh, well, let me go look at that." And the poor thing, if you don't know the story and all that I'm talking about, like if you're my sister listening to this, um, Bob had a fucking snake in her new apartment. Like, forget about it. And there's a video that you can watch on her channel. Well, there's several, but man, they're hysterical. They are so, because she can't find it. She's scared. I would have been the exact same way outside my apartment. Like, she called the police. So, she was like, all right, I'm gonna go watch that and whatever, right? And it was only about an 11-minute video, and I recall that because usually Tiffany Marie's videos are long or, lives. And to see anything singular or in the teens next to her name and a live or a video, you're gonna remember it, okay? Because she don't do 10-minute lives. Anyways, and then I waited. Then I really waited. Now that we know, like we all knew, now Bomb is watching this. And it was like, I didn't get it. Like, if you gave out money, let me tell you something. I don't loan money, I give money. And I only do it if I don't want to see it back. Even though the terms may be that for them to pay me back. But in my mind, that money is ghost. Because that's how you need to be. If you cannot afford to do it, then you don't do it. If you're going to throw it in somebody's face a week later, you don't do it. And that would save a lot of people a lot of time. I don't know this lady, and I knew that she had just moved. And you say, how? How do you know? Because all you have to do is observe, which is precisely all I've been doing for a year. um, Because, like I said, Mallory and her had a tiff, and Mallory was making fun of her granny pad, saying that she had doilies and shit, right? And so I think like she said something back at Mallory, and I watched that one video, and in that one video, the lady proceeds to say like, "Hey, uh, I did have a place I wasn't proud of. I just finally got this place, and I'm on my way back up," which for someone to say means that they have been down. They've been down. Let's not start fucking kicking them some more, okay? But of course, that's when the shit hits the fan, you know? Mm. So, I don't know what exactly it is, who it is, nor do I care. It's not my story. And it's not my point to come here and get the information of it. My thing is that I'm here is for to explain the treatment and explain the wrongdoings here and how this should have gone versus how this is going. I know Mallory did a stream in honor of Bomb. Like, I feel like we should be like getting t-shirts that say I stand with Bomb. And I don't know this lady, but the viciousness of you people. Because first of all, no one made y'all donate a motherfucking thing. Second of all, if you didn't give her any money, shut up. Shut up. Why are you talking? That'd be like me coming out of nowhere and being like, see, she is a fucking bitch. Duh, duh, duh. I spent all day, well, all night watching her lives, and now I didn't eat, and she's taking food out of my mouth. Things that preposterous. Because, like, I haven't said, is once she did hear it, she did come back. And I honest to God thought that, like, that because I've seen Bob around forever, and not in just one community, in several communities, because that's been a lot of my time over in the Google Plus with Black Guy TV. It's my favorite, and drag. So, um, I've seen her, over there, and you know, I thought that there's no way, you know, it'll be just like any other YouTube street beef, you know. It'll wah wah for a second and whatever. These people were vicious. People that didn't even know what the hell was going on. They were less informed than me, okay? And if you know me or you've seen me around, like I'm not a big talker in the chat. And it's usually I'm watching or I'm doing something like for somebody I've modded. And if I'm modding for you, like that's it. That's what I'm doing. I mean, um I created a whole catalog. I cataloged all the episodes for Mrs. and Mr. Share because it was my first channel. Again, it's gone. It was like my baby. Um, and to see other people, like you can pick whoever you want to pick to mod. And I get not trusting people and stuff. But I know personally, next to those people, I treat that the channel, I treated it like it was my own, if not better. So it hurts my feelings because I took a lot of time. Like right now, I they could have the catalog. It would help them out a lot, trust me. But anyways, I digress. That's my emotional shit. But anyways, so they come back and or she goes and does a live. And I mean people are just in attack mode. Like it was just unlike anything that I've ever really seen. Um I tried very hard to find a nice or just not mean comment to the point where I spoke up. And I knew that if she remembered who the hell I was, in the comment, like we could possibly see if it even is still there. I don't even know. Um, but bear with me. Um, hold on. Oh, I got 5 updates. Who are they from? Um, okay, let's. mm, So I thought it was like a public stoning, and regardless of what she might think about me or what I have said to her, one of you know, one other time, you know, sorry, what's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong, and and I asked the chat, like, I don't get it, like, what I don't get it. So these people, so she went and asked these people privately. A lot of times on here, you have friends like that. Just ask me if you need anything. Just ask me. And then when you do, it's like a public, you know, lashing. And it's like, what? You want it to be you, Tiffany, that was asked for money or something, so that you could watch somebody crawl? Because it ain't a fun thing to do. It's so not. That's why people will say, my daddy said, she ain't asking nobody for nothing. And I don't. And my pride is very high on that. But this shit right here that Mom's going through is exactly why I don't. Okay? And I'm not giving out to nobody. Like, I mean, besides like a super chat or a donation. Other than that, the only person's back I really have, they know. And hey, a lot of people don't like them. Like, my partner in crime is somebody everybody's got to talk about. But, anyways, so trying. Nope, that didn't work. Mm-hmm. Mm, hell, don't mind me, y'all. I'm trying to see. I should have had it ready, okay? But it's, my first thing, video thing, and yeah, I don't know. Uh, I don't know. I can't find it. Oh, hold on. I think I did.
I'm just checking. Is this what?
No.
I'm just checking.
But this
Is
is
what
exactly. I'm not gonna play it, but that is exactly why that video I just found is exactly why um, I knew that she had one account or had just moved. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. So, I mean, I commenced to just trying to logically understand, and I logically couldn't. Um, like talking about thousands and thousands. What are you counting every penny from the moment that this lady had a YouTube? Because I still have yet to see receipts for thousands and thousands of dollars in the course of 4 days. And if you gave her the money with the terms of paying rent for a shit show, and instead she took the money and she made something better out of it, I would be applauding her. I'd be applauding her if she went from a fucking kitchen with a hole in the floor to where she's at now, minus the snake. Like, I'd be clapping. At least I knew my money went somewhere. Like, how many people get money and handouts and shit, and they take that for fucking not only shit you didn't say, hey, but some of them were fucking honest. Like, have y'all watched Shanny? Okay? Like, right now, she is flat out in a motel, running, getting on there, talking about, please, send me some food. Send me some food. Send me some money for food. And you know why people aren't? Because they've sent money to people before. And what happens? Dot, dot, dot. This wasn't one of those instances. And to go so hard on her with sick still turns my stomach. And then, of course, there goes dun 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 dun, dun AB. Dun, dun, dun. Because wherever there is female drama, you will find him. Especially if Tiffany's enlisted. Okay? Well, no, no, no. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Unless the person going for Tiffany is Carl, because then he ain't saying shit. So I watched it go and go. I've watched every single one from to finish. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Sorry. My 7 year old, it's her birthday, and she just got back from getting uh, Wendy's, I think. So I'm almost done. I'm trying to wrap it up. That's one thing I don't like fucking talking because once I get started, it's whoop. So happy gathering of 2022, everybody that knows what that means. So, this woman had to come on, see that the person whose back she had, the person everybody warned her about for this reason, she just sat there, and had to just be attacked. And then, like, by day two, she's getting to the point where she doesn't listen to them. We all, like, tell her little pieces, like little key pieces that are being said by this one and that one. But, like me, she's just ignoring them. And that's exactly what I would do. I wouldn't even subject myself to, you know what I mean? Like, I had a video made about me almost a year ago, and it was short, and I had to watch that one. I was called the most vile thing on YouTube. You want to know who did it? Let's give her some credit because she sure as shit can't make a video that's anywhere knowledgeable. But I'm gonna come for her and I'm gonna explain the whole thing. But it was Miss Angel. Miss, you know what? I'm not even gonna call her talks too fast because it's not that she talks too fast. She's got like a speech impediment, so it's speech impediment Angel. Okay. No offense to anyone. My son has a language impairment, but I'm talking about rocks in her mouth. You know, it's just not appealing. It's like ASMR, like people like that. It makes me cringe, and so does her voice. Okay, but it's not just her voice that started my dislike, led to even further dislike, and all of the like reporting. It was just stupidity after stupidity after stupidity, and I just called it out in the comment. And then I got a video made. I highly, if you're listening out there, Miss Angel, I really you know, suggest if it's still around but on private or something that you bring it up, or all of the lives that you did that are basically just share, or Chris McDonough's that you just did, like it's like you put the images in paint and then added your own ignorance. Like that little girl with the what was her last name was Sweet. That's where it all started. But I am super digressing, so don't worry. But this video that was made about me, like, let me tell you something. Make something about me. And I'm gonna tell you thank you. Okay? I should have come, you know, onto the scene then. Probably like 10 months ago. That's probably when I should have. But I didn't for whatever reason. I really, really initially wanted my channel to premiere looking aesthetically a certain way. And but that meant I had to learn some new stuff, new coding. So um, you know, takes time with two kids and life. So um, but I did. I was flattered. Make a video about me. Now I get it. Mine wasn't as bad as and I had no tie to Angel. She's not my friend. She's not my family. She's not my YouTube idol. Um, because I can name you those in a real quick snip and boom. Although I mean these days I just wonder about YouTube. Okay. And who's the CGI and who's real. Sorry. Mm. So, but her, and this is her friend did this, or what she called a friend. And I don't know how aloof this lady was to this girl doing this. Um, I mean, Tiffany, when I got here, when I came upon these YouTube streets, it was chasing for me, Cher, of course, um, and then Tiffany. Probably the top three people that I watched. And so now later, and now you that Mallory that like I love my Mallory, you know. I think we're gonna uh spotlight Miss Mallory as a theme um here coming up, seeing how everything goes. But she's so beautiful. You know, I like using her image for images. Anyways, so um look, my child's father brought me dinner. I'm so hungry and I gotta wrap this up. But anyways, uh that's something I say a lot. But anyways, but yeah. So they were my favorite. They still are, except for Tiffany. Um and it wasn't I don't know when it was. Like I don't have anything for Tiff. Like it's just I don't know her. We don't talk. Um and her me watching her, like I will sometimes, but like with these part one, part two, part three, I can't take it. It's just and they're so long. Like they're not there's no lives in that chat, or no novel chapter, whatever that you want to call it, that are under 7 hours. Like, whoo girl. Um I'm gonna have to start using uh headphones just surrounding my house because be like Tracy. Oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot about the Queen, Stephanie Harlow. Stephanie Harlow is really how and why I'm here. um, but yeah, me and Chase and Truth had the same Queen. Ta-da! Actually, I mean, I love me some Stephanie Harlow, but Chase and Truth is my queen. So, anyways, I hope this uploads or whatever. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing. And we'll see. I already gave all of my permissions away to my partner in crime. So I don't know if he'll be able to see this. But, anyways, Long story short, they went so hard on her, and it's her friend who proclaimed to never. Like, why didn't she just talk to her? You know? Like, what are you as hurt that she didn't beg you, or that she didn't come online and do a big, like, beg stream? And you can want, like, nobody is happy asking for money, okay, or monetary gain. So I'm sure they wouldn't look too happy up on a live chat. But is that what you want? You want to see the pain and anguish in a woman's face because she has to beg online so that she's not homeless, so that somebody will help her move her belongings. And if you don't know, because you've never been a resident of Georgia, I have. And it was during the same time I would have sought for benefits. And let me tell you how difficult this is pre COVID. I couldn't even think COVID now. That I'm sure she is having problems. I don't know what county she's in, but man, Georgia is rough. I moved there, I had to get everything transferred, but you can't transfer it for 40 days. 40 days! So they can't even start getting your case together. Okay. So, uh, I don't disbelieve her that there's problems there. No, no state, county, whatever, they don't really want to be handing out tons of money and free rent and things to people if they don't have to. But I just don't think the, what do you call it? The punishment fit the crime here. I don't. And all the while, we are still with Snake. Poor thing. Like, I know she had a snake wrangler guy come in, and they spent hours in her apartment moving all her big appliances and stuff like that to no avail. And I heard her say something like, this was like an old dude. He was like, if I ain't found it, it ain't here no more. And they found by the water heater or something, like a little hole or something, which could have possibly been its entry and outry. Um, I'd be terrified. Okay? I'd be terrified it was still there. I understand her needing to believe that it's not gone. I mean, that it's gone, but it's a snake. You know what I mean? You don't just walk across the floor and see one of those. But what gets me all the more is where it came from. It was in a closed container, which means, like, what? Did you bring it from your last residence? Like, that's all you can think. Like, it was a tote. Mm. So I just think it was a massacre it that didn't need to be. And it inspired me to get on here and express that. And if you're one of the people I mentioned, um, in not a favorable way, you must have acted unfavorable. Because otherwise, I'm nice. Otherwise, I seem to be pretty nice. Um, at least here. I try to be as nice as possible. Um, and I'll come on camera eventually. It's just this I was outraged and I'm a mulatto. I gotta do my hair and all kinds of stuff before I'm getting on any kind of camera, and you know. So, but all in all, um, I hope this works. I hope this gets through, and yeah. Love my Mallory, Chasing, Tracy, um, Cher. I don't know. I just don't think Cher loves me back no more. So, yeah. I should somehow photo or the catalog for Mr. and Mrs. It was fun. Like, I do busy work like that. If you gotta sit here anyways, then you might as well. So for instance, it's like if you want to know, now I don't know why you want to know this, but if you wanted to know um, when was the first episode that you and your significant other cooked together, like I have that, like episode 5, you know, some of them even have the timestamp of certain things. There's nothing really extra to be seen in those things in a certain episode, then you move along. If there's extra notes, I write extra notes. It's a good thing, like that it was not like a main channel like Cher's channel, Voices Behind the Wall, because that's a lot heavier and in depth than the the one that they have together. But that was my baby, and you know that's what I loved modding that. I love to mod. Period. I'd rather be modding than behind this mic right here, but I've sat back and been just hurt, and I guess it's time for me to come on out of the closet. But love y'all, and I will be back, I'm sure, once I figure out how to do all this, if I can do all this, and especially once I finish with the design that I have through Streamlabs. So right now, I'm just gonna do the restream because I paid for the restream, and I paid for it for several months and didn't ever use it. Like, I think I had a StreamYard, I had a Restream, I had a Streamlabs, and wasn't doing nothing. Ridiculous. So,